Hello and welcome to my channel. So my name is Chancelyn and I'm here to share faith-based content with you. For the full month of December, I'll be sharing 31 testimonies of God's goodness and faithfulness throughout my life. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the button below to subscribe to this channel. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much. Welcome back. Now let's get into today's video. So today's testimony will be focused on the job that God blessed me with as I was exiting college. So I was in my senior year of college, and as I shared before, God had given me favor with my professors and favor with other folks on campus, so I had acquired mentors while I was on campus, right? And so through that favor and through those relationships, I heard of an opportunity to attend a Women in Technology conference, and it's actually called the Grace Hopper Conference, and it's the largest celebration of women in technology. And so through just being connected to my professors, I was able to learn about the opportunity, and my school actually ended up sponsoring a certain amount of students to go. And I think the year that I went, they sponsored about 6 students to go. And so I had to submit my essay to be in the running to attend the conference. After they completed reviewing the different essays, they told me that my submission was accepted, and so I was able to attend the conference. And so they sponsored my registration fee and my ticket to get in the conference, which honestly, I think at that time, the conference tickets were like $400 for students. And that was expensive, right? So I was happy I did not have to pay that and didn't have to come out of my pockets and my parents' pockets, right? And so they sponsored that, and all I had to pay for, and they also sponsored our way of getting there as well as our hotel and accommodations once we got there. So all we had to pay for was just food and any additional travel that we wanted to do while we were there. So that was a whole blessing to start, right? And then once I actually got to the conference, like I had heard different stories of how the conference was just such a great experience being around so many women in technology, since there aren't a lot of women in technology, right? And so it was just very encouraging, it was very inspiring, and I definitely left the conference feeling like I was on top of the world, right? But one of the best things about the conference is that they had a career fair, right? And so I was able to attend the conference and talk with different companies, with different, they all had just different tables, so they were tabling for the companies, right? And I got to talk with different companies to learn about the opportunities that they had and to see if I'd be a good fit for any, right? And so prior to attending the conference, they had a portal where you could upload your resume if you wanted to be considered for jobs. And so my current company reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in their technology leadership development program. And so when I first heard of it, I was like, oh, this would be a great opportunity. Like, I've heard of these types of programs, and I think it would be great for me, knowing that I wanted to be in leadership and also in technology. And I enjoyed just kind of getting to rotate around to see, you know, what areas of technology I was most passionate about, and kind of getting a broader knowledge base. So I was like, this sounds right up my alley, right? But one of the things after the company told me about the position, I looked it up after they sent me some information on it, and I saw that it was located in Chicago, so the position would be strictly Chicago. And that was a turnoff for me a little bit, right? Because I am originally from Georgia, and I didn't want to move that far away from home. And I especially, like, being a Southern girl, like, I did not want to be in the cold or the snow. So I was like, oh, okay. And I was talking to my professor about it one day, since, you know, I had to develop really good relationships with them. I was talking to my department chair actually one day, and I was asking her, like, do you think I should still interview for it? They've tried to set me up for an interview, or do you think I should just, like, keep it moving? And she was like, well, just take the chance, go ahead and interview, like, you never know, right? So I said, okay. So I said, never know, just go ahead and prep for it. So I went to the conference, and they had scheduled me for a few interview rounds. And so I went through the interviews, and I think it was about 3 rounds once I got there in person. And at the end of the 3rd round, the recruiter came back in and said, you know, everyone thinks you'd be a great fit for the program and for our company, and we'd like to offer you the position. And so I was very shocked. And so she came in and she told me what the offer would be. And I was like, whoa, that much money? Okay, I'll take it, right? And then she also told me, I know initially on the job posting, we only had Chicago, but we actually be open to candidates going to Charlotte, Texas, Dallas, Texas, or Chicago, right? And so then when she said that, I was like, oh my goodness, like I almost missed out on this opportunity, just thinking that it was only going to be in Chicago, when in actuality, like they had other locations that they were offering. So I was like, okay, this is amazing, this is amazing. And so I called my mom, called everybody, you know, let them know like I got this offer and I've accepted it, right? And so after that, you know, went back to school, and honestly, this conference was in like September, October of my senior year. So I still was in the like fall semester, so we still had spring, right? So I was really excited about the offer. And then I think I just kind of got to thinking more about it, and I was a little afraid to move from home, right? Since I had been in Georgia all my life, I didn't really want to leave home, and then especially didn't want to move to Chicago. And after accepting the offer, they did say like, you know, it really depends where the need for the position is. That's kind of what will depend on like where you get placed, right? And so just having some of that ambiguity, I just kept interviewing, and nothing else seemed to be as good of an offer. Nothing else seemed to be as good of a fit for me. And so I just prayed and I asked God for a sign. So if you didn't check out my previous video, I'll put the link below, but you'll get to hear about me just talking about God giving us signs to confirm things, right? So this is an example of it, right? So after I got the job offer, and I was just trying to see like, is this the best fit for me? I don't even know what location I'll be in. I don't really know exactly what type of work I'll be doing, but they were still trying to figure out all of those details, right? And so I prayed in my prayer time, and I asked God, I said, okay, God, if you want me to move, I'll be open to moving. I was like, but I don't want to move to Texas because that's too far from my family. And I don't want to move to Chicago because I don't want the cold, right? So I was like, okay, God, if it's meant for me to go to this company and be in this job and be in this position, let them place me in Charlotte. I was like, if it's not meant for me to be with this company, let them place me somewhere else. But if it's meant for me to be there, let them place me in Charlotte. And I'm telling you, they came back to me. So this conference was in October, right? October, September timeframe. They followed up with me throughout the year and the next year just to kind of keep me in the loop, but they didn't confirm my location until March of that next year, right? So that was a long like waiting period where I was like, is this the job for me? Is this not? I'm not sure. But I prayed and I asked God for that sign, and they got back to me and they told me, we have confirmed that you'll be able to be in Charlotte. We're still figuring out the details of your position, but we have confirmed that we will be able to place you in Charlotte. So once I got that confirmation, I said, okay, God, I'm going with this job. I'm trusting you, and I know this is what you have for me. And I'm telling you, since the first day that I joined my company up until today, like I know that this was the move God had for me. Even moving to Charlotte, being a part of my company, just the growth that I've experienced, the favor that I've experienced. Like when you walk into an opportunity that God has for you, like you can tell, because when you get there, it just seems like people are prepared for you. It seems like people are ready for you. It seems like God has placed people in position to favor you, to help you advance, excel, and get you to where you want to be and where he needs you to be, right? And so God is just so good. I just want to thank him for that testimony, just blessing me with a job right out of college. And I know sometimes people really struggle trying to land a position, but in my case, I had my job months and months even before I graduated, and God is just so faithful. So just wanted to share that with you to encourage you that God is still blessing us. He is still confirming things and giving us signs, and he is still answering prayers. So if you desire something from the Father, he says, ask and you shall receive. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button, and also subscribe to this channel to be notified of future content. Thanks so much for joining me. I can't wait until next time. Take care.